You're off. You're off again, Joe.
No, it just took a second.
I'm here.
Oh, there you go.
I've noticed that sometimes it takes a second after like.
Oh, really? That was weird because I heard like in you, not Joe. That's odd.
And
What's up?
let's be honest. How guys? We got a lot to go over tonight. Like
we have a lot.
Like
I heard.
I love WrestleMania weekend, but like there's something about the Rumble.
Rumble's the best.
It's my favorite.
Yeah,
it's my favorite too. Like in the fact that we had since we've last met, we've had SmackDown Saturday night main event, Raw, and then we're still going to have SmackDown on Friday, and then the Royal Rumble on Saturday. Like it's, sheesh.
And even too, like the NXT tonight could be really ramping some stuff up as well because this in front of like I think like Rumble and Mania is when you see a lot of stuff, some of the bigger stuff from NXT as well. Right. So it's still not black and gold. It's still not black and gold times, but it gets better, you know. So
that's on CW.
Yeah, CW. Todd, if anybody announces for the Rumble, because when we get to the Rumble section of this, because guys, we also have our first annual Royal Rumble pool drawing.
Yes.
So I kind of changed the prize payout a little bit from when I originally announced it, just so we had more people the opportunity to win some cheddar. So the way it's going to work, and we'll do the number drawing before we talk about the Rumble. But the way we're going to do, I have the 30 people. If you haven't paid, at Joseph Stones is my Venmo. I have, a good portion of people have paid. If you haven't paid me by Friday, I'll send you a personal message. If not, we might have a couple spots open at the very, very end. But I have all the names. We will be sharing my screen. I have all the names in a random number generator, and that's how you will be assigned your number. If your number wins the men's or the women's Royal Rumble match, you will be winning $150.
Woohoo!
If your wrestler in the man or women's match has the most eliminations, you're winning $50.
Woohoo!
And if your number lasts the longest, giggity, in the men's and women's Royal Rumble, you will be winning $50. So we have $600 total prize money. 2 people will be winning $150, and 4 people will be winning $50.
Look at that! More people win. No, that's great.
That's great. That's a really good plan, Joe. I like that payout. Good job. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And actually,
if you have told Joe that you're going to give him money and you don't send it by Friday, we could kick you out, or we could send Todd to your house, butt naked, for him to come and collect the money.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, why are we going to be giving them?
Like, can you send my money back? No.
Why are we going to be giving them something positive for not doing something positive?
Yeah, that's just spreading.
If anything, we'll send them Garrett naked to their house.
Oh yeah, you don't want that. It's cold out. It's cold out. You don't want. I'm gonna show up with hot dogs, dancing. You don't want that. Doing that dance, yeah.
They call him Glizzy Garrett for a reason.
Something's getting glazed.
Unless my soda math is off, isn't that only $500?
I didn't math it.
150 and 150 is 300, and then 450.
Did you guys do this while you were smoking?
200.
Okay, then the most eliminated.
Was it 200 for?
Yes, it's 200 for winning. Yeah, it's 200 for winning, not 150. Thank you for being the math wizard there, Todifer.
I don't know busy about trying to work in innuendos.
All right, so without further ado, let's talk about SmackDown. Does anybody have anything prepared, or am I running through it?
Run through it.
All right. So this past weekend at SmackDown, this is the only things they had hyped for the show, and for these 3-hour-long SmackDowns they're long, guys.
I'm not feeling it.
What we had advertised was LA Knight versus Tama Tonga, and the Motor City Machine Guns versus Pretty Deadly. So, go ahead.
Sorry, I put SmackDown on as that match was on, and my wife was like, "Who the hell is that?" And I was like, "Oh, that's Pretty Dead." And she was like, "Never mind. I was rhetorical." I was like, "Okay, my bad." One thing I didn't like is they wore red on SmackDown. Just saying.
I knew it. I knew I was gonna be like, Drew. Drew's gonna absolutely say something about this.
Well, so SmackDown started with Cody Rhodes coming down the ring for an interview with Joe Tessitore. He talked about his match against Owens, and that week's Saturday night's main event. The segment ended without interruption or attack, so we moved right onto the tag match with the teams of Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley taking on Kit Wilson and Elton Price. While Pretty Deadly is not known as a powerhouse team, both men are deceptively big. And when you see them next to two guys the size of Sabin and Shelley, they look like beasts. And the Motor City Machine Guns use their speed and agility, while Wilson and Price use their size and advantage to overpower their opponents whenever possible. Motor City Machine Guns defeated Pretty Deadly. Even though I don't care about either of these teams or their storyline right now, it was good wrestling. I have to give them that.
It
is their costumes match in both accounts. So thank you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Motor City Machine Guns, if you ever watched TNA back in the day or recently or all the way up through, you just know how good the two of them are. And they're amazing. But I feel like, unfortunately, Pretty Deadly got saddled with the gimmick that they have that makes you realize that they're not good wrestlers. And I feel like the same thing happened to the Fashion Police, because Fandango, Fandango can go. He can go all day. He's incredible. They both are. Tyler Breeze they're incredible.
Can we refer to him as Mr. Gum or Floor Gum and not Dangle, please?
Floor Gum. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure he's going to be happy about it, but.
So one of the things I did dig was during Cody's promo, he put over Kevin. Like, he called Kevin a once in a generation talent. Like, I really dug that. Next, we had B-Fab and Michin versus Chelsea and Piper. Before they wrestled, Kevin came to the ring and cut a promo about everybody sucking up to Cody. But then Jimmy Uso came out and it ended up with them fighting. After the break, we had Carmelo Hayes was complaining to Nick Aldis about his match being canceled, so the GM offered him a new opponent who was just drafted to SmackDown. Now, like, something that they did this week that I kind of did not dig, because they kind of were like super low-key about it, was like, oh, the new draft window, whatever the fuck that is, and like kind of like just moving people without even like having any kind of hoopla or anything about it. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm on SmackDown now. Like, I like the draft. I like the whole production of it.
I would actually
I hate it.
Like if they ran it like across the bottom, how they run like this person beat this person. Keep it like you're trying to go like ESPN Light is what I feel like they're doing. They're doing the transfer portal and all this other stuff that's like sports related to try and get keywords. Why don't you just do that? Run it across the bottom. But it was really weird. And even Michael Cole, I think, brought up a point on the Rey Mysterio one about Zelina Vega. I was just like, what, make a bigger deal about it, or I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, like putting it on the ticker would be great. But like, again, like, I feel like they have like a weird, like, they started giving Chelsea a push and now it seems like they're backing away from it. I don't know. The match was feasible. Again, I didn't really care. One of the funny things was Kevin Owens antagonizing Matthew McConaughey. And after the match, we got a sweet video package for Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu. Then we had a little women's tag team action with Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, our girl Liv, Rhea Ripley, Naomi, and Bianca. And a little sidebar. I know you guys all know I listen to the Boy Meets World podcast, Pod Meets World, every week. And the first Raw on Netflix, Danielle Fishel and Will Friedle were in the crowd and whatever. So I guess they were backstage and stuff during that show and got to meet some of the wrestlers and stuff. Well, apparently Liv Morgan's a huge Boy Meets World fan. So she geeked out meeting them. And Liv Morgan was on Boy Meets World or on Pod Meets World this week, and they interviewed her and everything.
I'm in the early stages of that show, so
it was cool. It was cool to see Liv, and she kind of stayed in character. She was still at times defending Dom. But then, the other times, they're yeah, his wife's awesome and everything. She's and it would take a very secure guy to be with me, knowing that, every Monday I'm going to be going and making out with this dude. It was a cool interview. If anybody wants to listen to that or digs Boy Meets World, listen to Pod Meets World. It's a great Boy Meets World rewatch podcast.
Yeah, I showed that to the boys. That show to the boys. It's playing all the time in my house. They love Boy Meets World. And it's my favorite sitcoms of all time, if not my favorite.
Yep. Same here. And my kids know it. They have seen all Boy Meets World, all Girl Meets World. They're very well educated on that little world there. But Tiffany Stratton came out to give a promo that was quickly interrupted by Rhea Ripley. They were soon joined by Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, who were followed by Naomi and Bianca, who were then followed by Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And it was basically just everyone saying that they would win the Rumble. When we returned from break, Jax, LeRae, and Morgan were taking on Belair, Naomi, and Ripley in a 6-woman match. It was kind of a shit show. It's what you kind of would expect of a last-minute thrown together 6-woman tag match before a big pay-per-view. But after the match, there was a video package. And whose video package was it? Can anybody tell me?
Woo!
Oh, nice.
Woo! It was the return of Charlotte Flair. And
I'm happy.
Tell me if I'm wrong here, but it looks like we're getting face Charlotte.
I hope so. I was, I don't know if you remember when AJ Styles, when they said that, they were going to put the OC back together and then there was going to be a female in it. I was really hoping it was going to be Charlotte because she needed a change but then she got injured, and I don't know if she was ever considered for it, because then it ended up being Meechin, which it was also fine, but they just didn't push them. So
I feel like she should almost, I don't know, come back as heel and then work her way to face, because I feel like
kind of like what Becky did.
Yeah, I kind of feel like she has more of a negative connotation with her because she's a Flair and blah blah blah, whatever. I don't know. I feel like that's the better play, but it could work.
So something else I want to bring up that just it kind of struck me funny. So Danielle Fishel is talking to Liv about the Royal Rumble and starts talking about like Liv's career, and Liv first makes the comment about, she goes, "Oh, I'm winning the Rumble." She's like, "I was runner-up the last 2 years of the Rumble. It's not going to be 3. So, and like, it was just like, that's a very confident thing to make. And then, and I'd read an article earlier in the week that WWE wants to push Liv and Raquel as the women's tag champions, which makes sense to me. Like they're teasing it hard.
Yeah.
But then Liv made the comment. She's like, you know what? She's been like pretty much every kind of champ that you can. She's like, but you know what? First, we're gonna get the tag belts, and I'm gonna win the Rumble, and I'm gonna get my championship belt back. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna be gold hungry this year. 2025 is gonna be the year that Liv Morgan has all the gold. And I'm like, that's a weird comment for you to be making, like on a podcast like this, because like you could tell she was like real, like almost like starstruck, wanted to be friends, almost like wanted to like impress them. And I'm like, yo, are you spoiling like what's gonna happen this year?
Yeah.
Like, are they gonna take the Becky 2 belt concept or the Bailey Dose belt concept and fucking hit it with some fucking steroids? Like, can you guys imagine every female wrestler in WWE gunning for our girl Liv? Because she just has it all.
Right.
Just every belt just has it. And think about it too. She is the Mrs. Crown Jewel too. She won that. Like, what if she decides she wants to win Money in the Bank so she can win the other fucking title? Like, how crazy would that be?
Yeah, that would be wild.
It wouldn't give much for all the other female wrestlers to do, but
yeah. And Joe, you know what the smartest thing would be is she, because I like that plan, and to have Raquel there to be the other half of the one person holding on to one of the belts, so she always has to protect her, would be smart too. So then everything she does, she's protected by her. And then obviously when that breaks down, the next big thing is she has to wrestle the person who's been protecting her for over 8 years.
Yeah, that worked. Yeah. But all right, back to SmackDown. Then we had Johnny Wrestling versus Bobby Lashley Light. I don't care about Apollo Crews or Johnny Gargano right now. Like, it's a storyline I don't care about.
I agree.
Yeah, that's Bobby Lashley Light. Apollo
Johnny's
Crews.
my boy, though.
I love Johnny too. It's just like I don't care about what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Apollo Crews won. Then we had
he got hurt. He got hurt, didn't he?
Yeah. We've been getting hit with a little bit of string of injuries. We'll talk about the big one that happened last night when Drew, are you doing Raw Rundown?
I have a rundown-ish.
Okay, good. So after Drew does Raw Rundown, we'll talk about that big injury that happened last night. Then we had our boy LA Knight versus the other guy in the bloodline that looks like the other one who doesn't have the sling on. It was okay match. It's LA Knight. It's gonna be good.
Bloodline Goon 2.
Yeah. I don't know. It was all right.
Yeah.
And then at one point you had Jacob Fatu come out, and then Braun came out to even the odds, and then you had Strowman and Fatu attacked LA Knight. It was a bunch. And then we had Damian Priest and Carmelo Hayes. Priest won. That's all I'm going to say about that. Kevin Owens versus Jimmy Uso. Dude, first, before we even talk about any of this, Kevin Owens, low-key, has the best wrestling t-shirt collection in all of WWE.
He's killing it.
Every week, he had, and it, like, they're all just like these dope, like vintage. And they're like never the ones that you just buy off WWE.com. They're like ones that like, oh shit, that one came out like 5 years ago. He's going to the vault and he's just like, oh, you got this in 2X? Let me take this one. Let me take this one. But like, it was great, dude. He had a Bret the Hitman Hart hoodie on. It was dope. But so where do we start? So this week's main event saw Jimmy Uso and Owens do battle after getting into a fight earlier in the evening. Uso was Hayes' planned opponent, so that was a match that got canceled. So that's why he ended up facing Damian Priest. Hayes felt insulted by Uso during a moment backstage and attacked him during his entrance. Officials broke it up, so Jimmy continued his way to the ring. The prize fighter had the upper hand for a few minutes and talked a lot, trash to both his opponent and the crowd. These two know each other well and are veteran performers, so it'd be almost hard for them to have a bad match. But that doesn't mean this was match of the year candidate either. They had a nice back and forth, and KO hit him with a pop-up powerbomb for the win, and Cody Rhodes showed up at the end and initiated a brawl. That was SmackDown for us, guys.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let me talk to you.
Oh, yeah. All right. So before we go on to Saturday main event, let's have a little word from our sponsor.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever found yourself in the need for some screen printing? What about some vinyl work? Well, we have the spot for you. Seasonal Sports, 215 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro, has all your needs. Go see Fred at Seasonal Sports.
There we go. Seasonal Sports.
You want me to do it, Joe, or you got it? You got it up.
Hi, Jeff.
I have Saturday night's main event up right here. First match we had was LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes. It was all right.
Is I?
I don't know. Like, again, like, I don't know. It just, some of these matches were great. Like, but all right, we'll just go through. Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. Like, Nia just does not do it for me at all in any which way or form. Like, her matches to me.
I love Nia Jax.
I do too. Huge fan. Not pun intended.
I think her wrestling sucks. I think her promos suck. I'm not a fan.
I think they used to be better. I don't know why her promos aren't as good. I almost feel like the whatever the Diva show, that type thing that they all did, that reality show. I think a lot of how she acted on there is how she treats like her character now, and I don't like it as much. But I still like Nia Jax, and I still like, like the powerhouse wrestling.
I didn't mind her when she was with Alexa, but that was about it. Speaking of which, Alexa was in our town up here this past weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Literally 3 minutes down the road from me. And I had no idea.
And the crazy thing is that night, Maria's like, Joe, what do you want to do? You want to do? Let's go out, because she always wants to go somewhere, and I never want to fucking do anything. And she brought up going to the casino, and I immediately shot it down.
Oh no! Oh
yeah.
Oh no!
So we had that.
Do you like Piper too, Garrett?
What?
Do you like Piper?
I love Piper Niven.
See, I like Piper.
Well, I love Piper Niven.
And like the Piper and Chelsea stuff, I so dig. I was actually surprised about this next match because I knew it was going to be good, but it was a banger. Braun Breaker versus Sheamus.
Fucking garbage. Trash.
Bro, I was pissed Sheamus lost because they were hyping up. They hyped it up before the match too. It's the only thing he's never won. But bro, Braun Breaker, I thought was a better Goldberg, but I am now seeing that observation was incorrect. Like, my man can fucking go. He is the Steiner, man. Then we had.
He's fantastic. I cannot believe that they're just continuously denying him the IC title. It's the biggest.
Maybe they're saving it for Mania. I think they're saving it for Mania, maybe.
Yeah.
Then we had Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. It was destruction. It was mayhem. They definitely are nerfing Braun Strowman from the guy who put his cousin in an ambulance a few short years ago and flipped the ambulance like it was a toy car. But besides that, I really, really enjoyed the match. And I have to say, and it's a testament to Jey Uso, because usually I can't stand any match Gunther's in, but I enjoyed that match too. Jay makes people look better.
Oh, yeah.
And do you know what I say to that? Yeet!
Yeah.
Just going back,
All right.
how much longer you guys think Sheamus has?
Another 2 at most. And
Yeah.
and that's with him. That's with him being an active wrestler for like 3 months and taking like a 3-month break and coming back.
Yeah.
And
I would say max probably end of 2026, or even whenever he finally gets the title and becomes a Grand Slam and is just like, all right, I'm going to be a trainer now. You know, like,
right.
You always see, he's always big in like the gym videos and working with the other wrestlers. So I think he's trainer bound, which is a smart idea.
Like Triple H did to LA Knight in one of his videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Are you ready, Mr. Drew?
Mr. Drew.
Might make this short and sweet, but I'm ready.
Oh, yeah, you do it.
Welcome to Raw SmackDown. This week we were in Atlanta, Georgia. We started the night off with Seth
Frickin'
Rollins. That's right. And then we had him interrupted by Gunther, who we all know the three of you love. You love him. You love to hate him.
Boo!
The guy you love to hate even more comes out. My dude, Paul Logan. Woo! Oh my gosh, it can't get any better than that.
Logan Paul?
Did you hear that heat? Did you hear that heat?
He sucks.
He doesn't suck. He's actually very good. You just don't want to admit it. He's great on the mic. Not as great on the mic, but he's good on the mic, and he's fantastic at wrestling. You can't take that away from him. He's going to win a belt again, and you're not going to take it. Sorry. Sad to say that. Then we had a backstage segment with Sami Zayn, where people are just trying to holler at your boy, Lil Uzi. Yeah, Paul Logan. And then
Logan Paul!
What the hell? Logan Paul, I'm sorry.
You keep saying Paul Logan. It's driving me nuts. You weren't saying Logan Paul at all. You were saying Paul Logan the whole time.
I'm dyslexic, okay? Get off my case. Jeez, it's a mental case, all right? And then Karrion Kross, what are we doing? Are we going to do anything with this guy? He's so good, and we just keep getting these like backup segments with him. Maybe never. It's okay. We'll get over it. Then we had a slew of injuries this week, and one of which was to our favorite little JD McDowell. Did I say that right? That JD? I want to make sure I get all these names right now, because now I'm feeling so conscious.
Dude, it's DJ. Come on,
DJ,
dude.
D up there. It's very rude.
It's JD.
War Raiders should have caught him. The match I'm watching is on right now. They're coming out. War Raiders, War Machine. What are we calling these guys? The War Raider Viking Experience? I'm not sure. Then I'm cutting out a lot because I'm going to the very end. We had a pretty good promo between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. And I'm not going to lie, I'm looking forward to CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble.
Oh, no. No. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that when we talk about the Rumble.
Yeah, JD McDonough got fucked up.
Dude, that was bad. He broke his ribs and punctured a lung.
Yeah.
They thought it was worse than that, but luckily it wasn't, because it looked awful.
Yeah. My man got fucked up.
Well, why is the table like that now, though, too?
Some new table they're doing.
Yeah,
It's
they got a
stupid.
new,
like that
they got a
table.
new
I blame
ring
the new
cover, a new
table.
mic.
It's the Netflix era. It's the Netflix era, guys. Before we get into the card and our guesstimation for 2025's Royal Rumble, we are going to hit the randomizer to find out what number we all have for our Royal Rumble pool. So I will share screen.
Share that screen.
Share.
Better be some fucking
Screen
names
it.
on there.
All right. So everybody's names are in here. I will be posting the results, and I'll tag everybody that I can. All right. Let us randomize. Oh, Jesus Christ. They all have spaces in between them. Yep. Son of a bitch. All right.
You know what? While he's doing that, let me
Clear my throat.
Yeah, that's it. So, do you guys think Cody's gonna retain? Right? So everybody thinks.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
So then, do we think Punk wins the Rumble, or someone else wins the Rumble, and because Punk's already got his eye on Cody, that's the one that they're just gonna go with that. Somebody else will win the Rumble and go after Gunther.
So I don't know, like, because there's a couple different ways they really could go. Like, as much as like you guys have me convinced that like Cena wins Elimination Chamber,
I'm super confident he wins Elimination Chamber.
but like there is a chance that he could win the Rumble. There's a chance that like they have Jey Uso finally win the Rumble. You know, like there's a lot of ways they could go. All right, I'm
Just
ready.
get the belt
now.
off of Cody. That's all I'm saying.
All right,
it's
let's
kinda
try this again. All right, the randomizer. All right, here we go. All right, ready, guys?
Ready. Let's do it.
Randomize. All right.
Whoa.
Here are our numbers. All right. Number
Done.
1, Emily
Done.
Williams. Number 2, Brian Williams. Number 3, Brian Brockway. Number 4, James LeClaire. Number 5, Kenny Johnson. Number 6, Frank Ashton. Number 7, Devin Wing. Number 8, Adam Stone. Number 9, Mike Purdy. Number 10, Garrett. Number 11, Rick Delaka. Number 12, Jeff Colatriglio. Number 13, Matt Samuels. Number 14, Mike Alicia. Number 15, our favorite band elf, Leopold, and Little Leopold. Number 16, Coffin. Number 17, Tiffany Sims. Number 18, Jake Diamond. Number 19, Austin Evanchuk. Number 20, Bobby Ellis. Number 21, Sarah Johnson. Number 22, Josh Lubeck. Number 23, Joseph Stones. That number.
That's a good spot, man.
Number 24, Alex Tracy. Number 25, Drew.
That's a decent one too.
Number
but-
26, My Kids. Number 27, Daryl Estrada. Number 28, Todd. Oof.
Todd, you
Dude,
might have the
that's a good
best spot, dude. 28.
Number 29, Kevin Kugler. And number 30, my man, Brandon Meadows. Those are your numbers. If you haven't paid me, motherfucker.
And that's
Or
for
I'm
both.
sending Garrett to your house naked to collect.
19
you
off,
don't-
pretty good spots.
You don't want it. That's like, I don't know, man. I think out of the four of us, I don't think Todd might. That 28, man. Isn't 28 like the spot that's produced the most winners?
I believe it's 27.
Oh, okay.
So is that for both the men's and women's rumble?
Yep.
Yep. And then what was the rule again then, Joe, too? So then if your wrestler who that number is
Then
has
you
the
get
longest
200.
time for the
Longest
most
time is
eliminations.
Those are 50 each, and whoever if they win it, it's 200.
That's awesome.
Well, I won't be winning the longest time, that's for sure.
All right.
In your mind.
You never know. You know, it could
You never
it
know.
could be weird. It could,
You never know with only two people after you.
you know, it's they've done purges. They've had somebody come in at 15 and take out everybody, and then just throw everybody out, and then you never know. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
So what?
27 is the record.
What if, like, in the stupid just world of everything, The Rock comes out at 31? Then what happens? And wins it. Then what happens?
No, but like Todd, I love that. He's the final boss. He has say. He can just be like, play it. I'm in this Rumble. And then
I hope it does, but you never know. Like, it would, people wouldn't see it coming. They'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
It's like the wild card rule, just out of nowhere. Everyone loses.
Be amazing.
Everyone gets their money.
See, but
back.
he is another option that could win. So okay, so I have the card right here. Let's pull it up. All right. So this is who we have announced for the men so far. We have 15 of them, so half of the entrants have been announced. LA Knight, John Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke, Logan Paul, Penta, Chad
Not Paul
Gable,
Logan.
Braun Breaker, and Carmelo Hayes. Like, so that's half our spots. So in my guesstimation, you got to at least put 10 of those aside for NXT and TNA guys. So that just gives us 5 possible surprise ones. All right. So we have those. So, like, to me, The Rock, I think The Rock is in it. Like, I don't see how he's not. Besides that, and like we were talking about this earlier, I haven't heard shit.
No, I missed. Are Kofi and Woods in it?
No.
Okay. Because what would be an awesome spot is if, like, early on they're in there and they're just kind of causing havoc, and then like number just goes off, and it's Big E, and he just comes out and just hucks both of them right out of the ring, hops over, and just like takes them to the back. Like, that would be great.
To me, that's the only way the New Day is going to be relevant again, is if Big E's cleared to wrestle and comes back and it's Big E versus the New Day. Because besides that, I don't care. All right, so So, like, does anybody have any guesses for surprise entrance? Besides The Rock, because I think we all feel like The Rock is gonna come in.
Man, I don't know.
I don't think so. Like, I think the big things are going to be a lot of TNA guys, because they just signed that deal. We're definitely going to, in the women's, we're going to definitely see Jordan Grace, because she's now signed a multi-year deal with WWE. So she's going to be big in this. If she doesn't win it, she might win Elimination Chamber.
So picture this, guys. All right. Just picture this. It's like halfway through the Rumble, and the people that are in the wrestling ring are CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. Okay, like we've hopped in our DeLorean and we've gone back 15 years ago, and like it feels like it, but like we're missing, like, obviously the final piece, and then it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then all you hear is "Wild Thing," da-na-na-na, and John fucking Moxley comes down. What if AEW and WWE have been having a little bit of talks in the background to allow things like this to happen? Because obviously now they're open to TNA.
Only if he's already got like a fork sticking out of his head and he's already covered in blood. That's the only way.
How amazing would that moment be? And then you have Roman, you have Seth, and you have Mox all look at each other, put their hands in, and beat the absolute piss out of Phil Brooks. How fucking great would that be?
That would be hilarious.
It it would be a moment that can't be topped this year and for just the multitude of things. But it would be like, it's the Shield. It's the Shield, for guys like us. It's the Shield beating down the guy they were supposed to be made for. But it's the guy that's in, that what most people would be going insane for is somebody from AEW is here.
Right.
Rumble.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. That onion would have quite a few layers to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
so many layers.
Like an
And,
onion.
most people would just be losing their minds. It would be so awesome. I want that to happen. I would love that.
I know that won't happen because I was reading, and a big part of the reason the WWE is doing this deal with TNA is to block AEW from being able to secure a streaming deal. That was a big reason why they acquired this deal with TNA. So
right, yeah, but then they already they're on Max. So what's right? Isn't that
AEW's not on Max?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Since
I
when?
thought it was more. I thought it had to do with international stuff.
A few weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's on there. It's they're right up. I don't know. I'm not sure of the future of
But
their.
it blocks the international
interviews?
streaming.
Yeah,
It'll
okay.
block the international streaming. Is what.
Oh,
it
okay.
is. Yeah. All right. So, who's our true guest for the winner? Drew, you said Punk.
All the way, baby.
Garrett.
Can I pick, or does it have to be one?
Pick one.
I think it'll probably be Punk. It'll probably be. I think they're going to go with Punk because there's a better chance of him winning the Rumble than Elimination Chamber. It's more believable, in my opinion. And he was so close last year. I would love it to be Cena, but I think Cena winning.
Big match, John. I'm going to say big match, John.
I think they telegraphed the Rumble too hard last year and the year before to just be like, it's going to be Cena. But
and his name is John Cena.
Sorry.
And so we only have 10 of the women's announced. Nia Jax, Bailey, Charlotte Flair, Naomi, Bianca, Liv, Raquel, Lyria, Ivy, and Io. I'm saying Liv, dude. After listening to the interview today, I am 100% convinced that currently what the storyline is going to be is Liv's going to win them all. Whether or not that changes down the road, but I think Liv is fucking it. Last year was the revenge tour. Now it's the I'm the Queen tour.
I think I like her winning the tag belts and then Money in the Bank and then somehow securing it some other way where she kind of goes in reverse and hits the trifecta or whatever. I feel would be better, but if the other way works too. I mean, Liv is a good worker. She's the best wrestler, but she's great at segments and promos. So you got to work like that.
And she's really good at the being sneaky stuff. So actually, I think, I called Jordan Grace coming in, so she's definitely going to be there. I think Jordan Grace should win Elimination Chamber. So I think Jordan should come in and just be dumping chicks, and then think that
that should be a shirt. Dumping chicks.
Dumping them. She's just hucking people like it's nothing because she's so jacked. It's great. So here she is, and then she thinks she's done, and the last person she's got him over. She's like, "What? Ring the bell. Where's the?" And then all of a sudden she gets dumped by Liv because and then that's how Liv wins it. So that's my call for that and Elimination Chamber, Liv, and then Jordan Grace.
I think that this whole like that they're saying like Alexa Bliss's contract shit. Maybe there was at one point, but I think that's all said and done, and I think Alexa's gonna come back. I don't think she'll win it. I think Liv does win it, but I think you're gonna have Becky come back. I think you're gonna have Alexa come back. I think you're gonna have a lot of comebacks.
That would be, yeah, I hope so.
All right, and who else has to guess?
Clean it up, Drew.
I can't.
Clean it up. I saw that. Clean it up.
It's a lob. It's low.
All right, and then on the card we have Cody versus Kevin.
Cody.
I
would love it. I would love it to be Kevin because I love Kevin so much, and I think he deserves the belts. But
and then we have DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns, the best 2 out of 3 falls for the tag title champion.
So DIY. Well, I don't even think that's fair. I think it's Motor City Machine, and then the other, there's a watered down version of them. Or like the 2.0. They kind of feel a little similar. But I like.
Yeah.
I want to say DIY.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
yeah,
See,
All right, guys. Anything else?
I think we're good. Let's have a good Rumble. I can't wait.
All right.
Rumble.
I hope the LWO shows up in the Rumble.
Booyaka.
619.
terrible.
Give it to me. I'll take all of it. Give it to me. I'll take all of it. Give it to me.
That was your penis.
Give it to me. I'll take all of it. Just give it to me.
That was your penis.
Hi, nerd.